everyone, and welcome to the Stay-at-Home Baker. Today I'm going to be demonstrating how to make a chocolate trifle. What is a trifle, you may ask? Trifles have been around for a very long time. The oldest recipes date back to the 1590s. There's many different types of trifle, but normally they contain cake, custard or pudding, fruit, and whipped cream. For our trifle today, we're going to need a trifle bowl. This is a nice footed bowl that is going to show off your trifle beautifully. If you don't have a trifle bowl, you can use a nice glass bowl. We're going to need a pound cake. This is a 16-ounce size. We're going to need two 3.9-ounce packages of chocolate pudding mix, and we're going to make this according to the package directions. So to do that, you're going to need a quart of whole milk. We'll need 3 cups of heavy whipping cream or heavy cream. We're going to need 3/4 of a cup of powdered sugar, about 5 or 6 medium-sized bananas. And when I make this dessert for Norco, I usually use mini chocolate chips to garnish the top, but today I'm going to take it up a notch, and I'm actually going to use homemade chocolate curls. So I'm going to demonstrate how to make the chocolate curls. But first, before we begin, we need our cream to be extremely cold, and also our bowl and our whisker beaters to be extremely cold. The colder the better. That's going to help make the whipped cream very light and fluffy. So the beater and the bowl at least need to be chilled for 15 minutes, and the cream needs to be completely chilled. So I'm going to put these in the fridge right now. So to make the chocolate curls, we're going to need 2 ounces of semi-sweet chocolate chips, which is about 1/3 cup, 2 teaspoons of butter, and we're going to put it in a microwave-safe bowl. And then we'll also need a pan. It can be any type of pan. This is a baking pan. It just needs to have a flat back, and it can't have any coating on it. We don't want Teflon flavored chocolate curls. We'll need a regular spatula, an offset spatula, which you can see it has a bend. This helps us to spread the chocolate. And then we're also going to use a putty knife. And no, I did not get this from Scott's Toolbox. This is dedicated for kitchen use only. So we're going to microwave the chocolate in increments of 30 seconds. Chocolate burns very easy, so you want to make sure that you don't overcook it. So I'm going to put this in the microwave and melt it. So I ended up microwaving this for a minute in 30-second intervals. Now you can still see the chips, but once I stir it, it's all going to stir together and become smooth. So once it's smooth and completely stirred together, I'm going to spread it on the back of my pan. And I'm going to use the offset spatula to spread it out into a very thin layer. And once we spread this out evenly, this is going to go into the freezer for about 3 to 4 minutes. So the trick to making chocolate curls is getting the chocolate just the right consistency. We don't want it too hard, because if you try to scrape it, it'll break. If it's too soft, it won't curl. So let's see if it's ready. I'm going to brace the end with one hand. So it looks like it's just about right. So we're just going to firmly scrape and create the rolls. The chocolate softens very quickly, so you may have to return it to the freezer every so often so you can get the same consistency. So now it's too soft, so I'm going to put this back in the freezer. So now we're going to make the whipped cream. So I need 3 cups of the heavy whipping cream. So I'm going to take out a cup, and I'm going to save that for something else. And then I'm going to pour the remainder in my mixing bowl. And that'll be 3 cups. And then we'll add our 3/4 cup of powdered sugar. And we're going to take this over to the mixer. We're going to want to start on a slow speed, because if you start out too fast, your cream will splatter all over the place. So we'll start out slow, and then as the cream starts to foam up, then we can gradually increase it to a higher speed until it's fully whipped. So let's go to the mixer. So we're going to start the mixer on a slow speed. And it's done. Perfect whipped cream. So I have all my ingredients ready to go. I've sliced the pound cake in 1/2-inch slices. I have my pudding prepared. The bananas are sliced in about 1/4-inch slices. Whipped cream is ready. So everything's ready, so let's assemble the trifle. So the first layer is going to be the pound cake. So we're going to take pieces and fit them together, jigsaw puzzle style, in the bottom of our bowl. Now, if you would like to make this a tipsy trifle, which is actually very delicious, I highly recommend using Kahlua. You will drizzle it on top of the cake layers if you're going to use it. You'll use about 1/2 cup to 1 cup for the whole trifle. You don't want it to be too overpowering, but it gives it a very nice flavor. So we're going to cover the bottom of the bowl with the pound cake. The next layer is going to be pudding. And we want the layers to look pretty. So when you spread them around, you're going to check the outside of the bowl, and you're going to see how it looks and make it look even if you can, so that it looks really pretty. Next is the bananas. So we're just going to cover the pudding with a layer of bananas, just a single layer. And next is the whipped cream. And we're just going to spread that out and try to make an even layer. So we got a phone call in the middle of filming, so that kind of threw things off. So after the cake comes the pudding, then you put the pudding, and then a layer of bananas, and then a layer of whipped cream, which is what I'm adding. So I've done 2 layers of each so far. Now I'm going to do 1 more layer of each, and that will be it. And then we'll put the topping on. And then finally, the last layer is the whipped cream on top. It's a little tricky around the edges because if the whipped cream mixes with the pudding, it turns your whipped cream brown like chocolate. So gotta try to be careful around the edges and avoid that if you can. So we're going to have a nice little dome shape on the top with the whipped cream. Then I'm going to take a paper towel . Thank you. That's my sous chef. I'm just going to wipe around the edges to clean it up. Now let's get the chocolate curls and we'll finish it off. And there you have it. Finished product. So here we have our finished product, our chocolate trifle. So to serve this, what you're going to do is you're going to take a large serving spoon. You're just going to go straight down. You're going to want to get all of the layers like this. Unfortunately, it doesn't look as pretty when it's served, but it's delicious. Enjoy. Hope you enjoyed the show today.